Welcome back, guys. So we are done with depth first search, and today we'll take a look at breadth first search. This is another way of doing a traversal of a binary search tree. Okay, some of you might have not noticed this, but depth first search uses a particular data structure, and for those who know, it's great. But for those who don't, it uses stack. Because we actually did DFS using recursive calls, and every function calls created a stack on its own. So that was the reason why DFS looked so simple because everything was implemented by the compiler, by the interpreter on its own. So today we'll take a look at BFS, and BFS also uses another data structure, and that is queue. So just always remember this, that depth first search uses stack and breadth first search uses queue, because it might can also be asked in an interview, right? So BFS uses queue. So BFS is also known as level order traversal. Why? Let's say this is also known as level order traversal, and the reason is very simple, because you traverse on the basis of the level. I'll show you how. So what you do is basically first you print 8. Okay, first you print the first level. This is the first level, if I have to say. This is the first level, this is the second level, and this is the third, this is the fourth. So what it does is it will print sequentially on the basis of the level. So first it prints 8. After that, now what DFS does is DFS will print 3 and then it will print 1, right? But what BFS does is it will first print the complete nodes of that particular level. So what it will do is firstly it print 8, okay, and then it will print 10, right? And after that it will go to 1, then 6, and then 14, then 4, then 7, and then 13. So this is what will be the output of a BFS. That will be 8, 3, 10, 1, 6, 14, 4, 7, 13. Simple, right? So now the real question is, how are we actually going to do this? Because in DFS what we did was we kept on calling it again and again till the time we reached an end, and after that we just it returned the value. So in BFS, how will we do? Because in BFS we can't use recursion. Recursion uses stack. We needed queue. So for that we'll implement a data structure on its own, and I think by now you already know how to which DS we'll be using. So we'll be using queue. Okay. So let's just say that I have a queue right here. Okay. So now let's start with the main procedure. What I'll do is, that I always say the only address that you need to have for a BFS is the root address. Okay, so that will be given to us. I have my root address 8. So the first thing that I do is, right, initially my queue will be empty. Okay, the first thing that I'll do is I'll insert the value of 8 in my queue. So here I have a value of 8. Great. And not good drawing, so sorry for that. Okay, so 8 is the first element in my queue. Great. So now what will happen is I'll after that I'll actually use a loop with some certain conditions, but let's not go into the details now, because we'll see that in the coding part itself. So what I'll do is I'll actually have 8. Okay, so after that I'll for initial I just say that, okay, print 8. I'll print 8. Okay, red means this red circle means that I've already printed. Okay, so I'll print 8. Done. After that I'll check, does it have a left child? Okay, I'll check that, does it have a left child? So it says yes, it has a left child. So if it has a left child, I'll say just, okay, append it. Great, you have appended it. After that I'll ask, does it have a right child? Yes, it has a right child. So after, I'll say that, okay, append it. So now I'll have 3 elements in my queue. Okay, after that I'll say, okay, remove the first element from my queue. So you'll remove 8. Okay, so now I only have 2 elements, 3 and 10. Great, done. So now I'll come back again. Okay, I'll say the first thing that I'll say is print 3. So you'll print 3. Done. After that I'll say, does 3 have two childs? Sorry, does 3 have a left child? And you'll say yes, 3 has a child. So I'll say just, okay, append the value of its left child, and I have 1. After that I'll ask, does 3 have a right child? So you'll say yes, 3 also has a right child. So I'll say, okay, append the value of 6, append its right child. Okay, so now my queue has 4 elements, right? After that I'll say, okay, remove the first element of the queue. I'm always saying remove the first element of the queue. Okay, uh, so after that I'll remove 3. Okay, this means I've removed 3. I only have 10, 1, 6 now. Okay, so we are done with that. Great. After that I'll again come back to the next element, and my next element will be 10. So I'll say, okay, the first thing that you need to do is print 10. 8, 3, and 10, right? 8, 3, and 10. So uh, now I'll say, does it have a left child? But 10 does not have a left child, right? So I say, okay, no problem. Does 10 has a right child? Yes, 10 have a right child. So I'll say, okay, push its right child into the queue. So I'll push 14. Okay, after that since I'm done with this part, I've already pushed all of its children in my queue. I'll say, okay, remove 10, remove the first element of the queue. So even 10 has been removed. Okay, so we are done with this. Now I'll come back. I'll say, I'll come to 1, right? Because 1 is the first element of the queue. All these elements, they have been discarded. Okay, So now I'll come to 1. I'll say, okay, come to 1. So the first thing that you need to do is print 1. Done. Does 1 have a left child? No, it does not. Does 1 have a right child? No, it does not. So, okay, if it does not have anything, the last step is to remove the 1 from the queue. Okay, so after that, I'll just remove 1 from my queue. Great. So after that, I'll ask you, okay, after that, we have 6. So let's print 6. We have printed 6. Great. I think by now you know the drill, what we are supposed to do, right? We check if there's a left child. Yes, 6 has a left child. Print 4. Sorry, append 4 in my queue. Does 6 have a right child? Yes. Append 7. Right, simple. And after that, 6 has a left child, 6 has a right child. After that, what is the last step? Remove 6. Simple. After that, what is the next element? 14. First step, print 14. Done. Left child? Yes. Push 30. We have pushed 13 here. We have pushed 13. And after that, does it have a left child? Yes, 13. We have pushed it. Does it have a right child? No, it does not. So remove okay, so the last step was remove 14. So yeah, we have removed 14 here. Done. After that, what is the next step? Uh, go to the next element, that is 4. Print 4. Does it have a left child? No. Does it have a right child? No. Okay, then the last thing to do is remove 4, and for 7, then print 7, then 13, because these are leaf node, they won't have any child. So you see that how we did it, how we did this traversal. I'll just actually show this with sorry with other example. We first went here, then we here, then here, here, then here, and here, and here. Okay, but some of you might be thinking that what if I want to do the traversal like this? I want to go to here and here and here and here, because this is also a level order traversal. We are only going to that same level, but here the first thing that we do is we first print the right child, then we print the left child. So that is simple. What we do when we are pushing the elements, the first thing that we check is, does it have a right child, and then we check, does it have a left child. Simple with that, pretty clear with that. Okay, so shall we move to the coding part? Because I'll just tell you the last. I'll just tell you in a revised order again. We push an element. We check that, does it have a left child? Does it have a right child? Okay, it's on you which child you want to print first. Okay, if it has a left child, you just push it into the queue. If it has a right child, you push it into the queue. Remove the first element from the queue. Always the first element. Okay. After that, print the first element of the queue. That will be okay. Print the first element of the queue. Check that, does that element has left or right child. So just keep on following this process, and you'll do a BFS. But what is the condition till when we'll iterate? Very simple. Till the time the queue has any element, you'll keep on doing the same process again and again. Okay, so that will be the condition till the time the queue is till the time the queue has elements. Okay, so now let's move to the coding part. All right, now let's start with the coding part. So this is my combined code of all the videos of the trees playlist. So this is that, and don't worry, I'm not currently executing all of this. Okay, I'm just trying to have all the code in a particular in one certain file. Okay, so this is the tree. Okay, this is the structure of my tree. I hope it's clear. 12 has 2 child, 5 and 17. 5 has 2 child, 4 and 7. 17 has 4 child, 14 and 19. So the first thing that I'll do is, why not, let's just firstly call the function BFS. The only thing that I need to pass is the root node, right? So now let's start making a function, right? So def BFS root. By the way, if you are a coder of C++ or Java, and if you are having any trouble in coding the part, if you're getting some sort of error, then you can just ask me. I'll help you out in that part also. So the first thing that we need to check is if root is none. you know uh, if there is no such, if the BST is not present there and you are passing a root, so that condition checking, that is the root empty or not. So if root is none, then we don't do anything, we just simply return. Otherwise, now starts the main part. I'll just create a queue. Okay, this is my queue, and the first thing that I'll append is my root. I'll append my root, right? After that, now I'll start with my main code. So what was my code? Does is my queue empty or not? If the length of my queue, if it is greater than 0, it means that it is not empty. Until that time, I'll just keep on iterating. Okay, so print queue, the first element of my for the first index of my queue, so q0 dot data, print its data, right? Otherwise, if I just print q0, you know what happens, it will just print the address of that particular node, right? So uh, print q0 equals to data, and now I'll just need a temporary pointer temp, and in that I the first thing that I'll do is I'll just pop this element q dot pop 0. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm just removing the first element, and I'm storing that element in my temp. So this is a better organized way. Okay, temp equals to q dot pop 0. I've just removed my first element. After that, I check that does sorry, does not node temp dot left, does is there a left child present of this particular node? So if it's not none, it means that it has a left child. If it has a left child, what I do is I simply append the left child. I append that left child in my queue, and I do the same thing if temp dot right is not none. I'm just checking that does it have a right child also. So if it has a right child, I just simply append it temp dot right. So that is the complete code for BFS. Really, really simple, right? Now, let's see what should be the BFS of this. This is the graph, right? The first thing will be 12, 5, 17, 4, 7, 14, and 19. Simple, right? Now let's check out the code itself. So let's run our code. Yeah, so what we get is, let's see, 12, 5, 17, 4, 7, 14, and 19. Simple. Now, in fact, if you have a little bit of a few more time, so what I see is, let's do one more thing. Let's try printing it like this: 12, 17, 5, 19, 14, 17, 4. Uh, let's first print the right side and then the left side. So as I mentioned before, the only thing that you need to change is the way the order of this the order of the appending of the left and the right child. So the first thing that I do is I first append my right child, then I append my left child. So let's see now what output we get. So let's see, 12, 7 and 5, 19, 14 and 7 and 4. So I hope now you are a little bit more comfortable with BFS. So BFS is also known as level order traversal. Why? The reason is simple, because the first thing that you do is you simply print the complete element on that particular level, and after that you move on to the next level. So, and one more thing, I hope you are clear with the difference of DFS and BFS. DFS prioritize the child over siblings, and BFS prioritize the siblings over child. That is all you need to know. If you just have that's this single line clear in your mind, you can easily you'll easily clear the question regarding DFS and BFS. So that was all for BFS, and thank you for watching this, guys.